Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first stream of the year. We definitely didn't just have 40 minutes or 48 minutes of technical problems that prevented us from loading the game because the Switch 2 is incompatible with my router. That definitely didn't happen. As you can see, I have River City Girls loaded up again, which is because every time a friend of mine brings me back up to my home and gives me a ride and stays the night, I tend to just play River City Girls. This was the first time, however, that we actually beat River City Girls in one sitting with my friend. Or I guess technically two settings. No, we did it in one setting, actually. Like a full 6 hours. So it was good. River City Girls is really fun. Has a great soundtrack if you've never listened to it. But anyway, no problems. Hello. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. When I last left you off 20 days ago, I'm sorry, 23 days ago? Was it really that long? The 19th? Or am I doing math wrong? Oh no, I'm doing math wrong. It was 17 days ago. It's the 5th today. We played on the 19th. 6:46. Yeah. Let's see. Where were we exactly? I did peek at the last 7 minutes of my VOD. And so I know, pretty sure we figured out that Inga was murdered and then channeled and ran across the lawn. While channeled, because he didn't realize he was dead, he thought he was sleeping, I believe. I think. And so this is coming back to me. So I think my theory, and we'll see if it's a theory that holds up or not. But I think my theory is that Maya was so exhausted and tired because she's always tired and exhausted after channeling. And so I would assume that somehow someone forced Maya to channel the guy who just died. Though I'm not 100% sure because we do have another channeler available to us, potentially, right? But I don't know. We'll see. Talk about some really close shaves. Well, you can't get a closer shave than Headsman's brand blades, that's for sure. What? Are we advertising now? The trial's not even over yet, and I'm already exhausted. Oh, the stream hasn't even started yet, Phoenix, and I'm exhausted. So, we're in good company right now. You're able to fight back the queen yourself from there. Maybe with Miss Faye's help, I won't have to keep on playing her game much longer. Speaking of which, I guess it's a little late to be asking, but do you think she's well enough to testify, Mr. Wright? She slept all day yesterday out of exhaustion, apparently. That's all it was, so she should be okay. Bobbed head, horn head. Oh, hello, Your Benevolence. Princess Rafa. You're really impressive in there.
I am the royal priestess Rafa Padma Kurain. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Remember when that happened? It was a good time. Despite your mother's opposition, you stood your ground. In doing so, you fulfilled your duty as the royal priestess. It was all thanks to you and your friends. Your belief in me gave me the courage to follow my path. So, you have my gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I know, I shall thank you with a gift. What would you like? A cow? A horse? Well, perhaps I shall reward your efforts with a royal shoulder massage. Oh, that's okay, Your Benevolence. Your gratitude is more than enough. Thanks. But I thought you Americans liked massages. I mean, out of the 3 options that she offered, I would take the massage. Because I feel like it would be difficult to transport a cow or a horse back across to America. My technique was highly praised by my father, I hope you know. Hey, you lawyers, where's the accused? Huh? Durke? Well, that's a good question. That's what did you do? I blew up big time, AJ. That's... Shut up, you. What's going on? This scoundrel tried to escape with the accused. What? They would have nabbed him, but the accused is nowhere to be found. Where are you hiding him, you miscreant? I keep telling you, I got no idea where he went. I mean, yeah, we booked it together, but lost track of him after that. So Durke's on the lam now? Probably, but who knows? Vanished in the blink of an eye. Vanished. You want to know something, AJ? Durke said... Oh, sorry, this is... Dad's saying this. So, you want to know something, AJ? Durke said to me, I can't put Amara in danger. I have to set her free before it's too late. Don't tell me he's going to rescue her. Well, that's what I am telling you. That's why I helped him escape in the first place. Dads, do you realize what you've done? He's basically signed death sentence for Apollo in Phoenix, hasn't he? I mean, I imagine that if, like... Actually, how would that work? So, if the accused escapes, there's no trial, so then the lawyers don't get murdered? Or do they just get held responsible for him also escaping and killed? I suppose the queen would just do whatever she feels like, so they'd probably die. It's done, it's done. So why did you choose to go rescue her now? Maybe you didn't want to die with any regrets or something. You know, just in case you end up on the chopping block. Why? I thought you believed me. Aw, don't be like that, AJ. Be back as soon as he frees Mara. You'll see. That's not the point, Dads. Listen, lawyer, let us know immediately if the accused contacts you. Trial will now resume. See that you are ready. Wait, the trial's still on? Even without the defendant? Those were Her Eminence's orders, so you will return to the courtroom at once. Let's go, Apollo. All we can do is see where the next testimony leads. Jeez. What a time. What a time to be alive. I wonder if he'll just like pop in and show up on the witness stand randomly. Now then, let us resume the trial at hand. Your Majesty? My client seems to have gone missing. What do you think, Your Eminence? Should we proceed without the accused? Why not? My royal guard is searching for him as we speak. They shall find him soon enough, for they will not dare to keep me waiting. Yes, but what about the law governing court proceedings? Then I shall simply revise it. Must be convenient to have a pen finger, I guess. As ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. Should the accused be an enemy of the crown, they may be tried in absentia. Well, in that case, I guess there's no problem with proceeding. With the witness, Miss Maya Fey, please approach the stand. How you feeling, Maya? Okay, she's not feeling great, looks like. Sorry to summon you like this, Maya. Getting dragged out of bed into court is not exactly a fun wake-up call, Nick. Sorry, Miss Fey. It was my idea. And you are? Oh, right. I'm Apollo Justice. Nice to finally meet you. Wait, have they never met? Really? Ever? Across, like, 8 years? I know that Phoenix didn't start up in law again, what was it, like a year or two ago back from this? But, like, really? Maya never stopped by the office and saw Apollo cleaning the toilet once? Oh, so you're Apollo. Nick's told me all about you. You're the new guy with the loud voice. A bit of an unreliable streak, right? Unreliable? Well, that was 2 years ago. Well, I was right. I'm a long way since. So why was I called here anyway? Am I under arrest again? You know, this is a very fair assumption on her part. Huh? I guess no one's filled her in. Well, she has been asleep this entire time. Miss Fey, this is a trial for Durke Zamadi, and you're here as a witness. What? Durke's been arrested? Huh? It's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. Miss Fey, you are suspected of playing a part in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Huh? Someone allegedly forced you to channel the minister to obfuscate the time of his murder. A new phone in the autocorrect is very... I like that it autocorrected phone to Phoenix, though. That's a funny autocorrect. Very aware of the game being shown to you right now, I guess is what it is. At least that's just what the defense claims. Wait, what? How could you, Apollo? How did you even reach that conclusion? Sorry, but it's the only way this whole case makes any sense. Your understandable anger at the defense aside, will you testify, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Majesty. I don't have any idea what's going on, but I know I didn't channel Minister Inga. Look at that face of hers. That's a quality face. I didn't even have the chance to do something like that. Besides, I never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. I guess there are some things I go quietly along with. Like, what? Why are you referring to the time you were kidnapped? Seems the witness doesn't believe she has ever channeled Justice Minister Inga. And if her words prove to be true, defense, your entire argument becomes moot. You do understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. Doesn't seem like Miss Fay is lying. Apollo, Maya was being awfully secretive about something just now. And I guess I better dig a bit and try to get her to open up to me first. With a suppressed Maya. Maybe on her side and make her laugh, tickle style. Maybe on her bun. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Hold it!
You've been asleep ever since you were rescued from the tomb, correct? Mm-hmm. I was exhausted after being held captive for so long. That must have been terrible. Minister Inga didn't do anything to you, did he? Oh, no, it wasn't like that. On the contrary, I asked him for all sorts of things. Like what? Like, I'm really craving burgers. And I'll die if I miss an episode of The Plume Punisher. Acting like a brat netted me a TV and even a few burgers from someplace. It was surprisingly nice to me. You sure we're talking about the same guy here? He may have loomed large, but he was unexpectedly easy to push around. Even though he's the one who was responsible for pushing those execution papers through? Oh, that. Approving executions was simply his preferred method of stress relief. A wife like her is probably really pushing them through out of fear. Beginning to see why he wanted to stage a coup. In any case, my time in captivity wasn't so bad, but of all the things that happened... I know I didn't channel Minister Inga.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Maybe you just don't remember channeling him. Don't remember? Maybe 28, but I'm not senile, you know? Something's not right here. Miss Fay, you were confined to Amara's tomb the whole time. Is that correct? Yes. I wasn't conscious the whole time. Okay. Let me ask you something. Did you ever see Nana in the tomb? Dressed as Durke? Huh? Is this some kind of joke? I can remember I saw something as crazy as that. Plus, I doubt anyone would carry out a crime like that right in front of a potential witness. Oh, I hate when he's right. It is a cute face, isn't it? The puffy cheek face.
Hold it!
Maya's cute. Let's just be honest. You didn't have a chance to channel him? Does channeling someone take a long time? Going head to bed. Well, thanks, Cynthia3 for hanging out with me while I was dealing with all the technical troubleshooting nonsense. And I will see if I can either get it to behave Wi-Fi wise, I guess, or I will figure out a way to rearrange where I have it placed so that I don't have to mess around with cables as much. We'll see. Anyway, but thank you. I appreciate you swinging by, and I hope that you had a good New Year's and Christmas, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Festivus, whatever other things happened during that time period. I hope it was good if you got some holiday in. Not really. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much instantaneous. But I was all tied up, literally. So there's no way for me to make the channeling mudra with my hands to do it. Right. But she really didn't channel it then. When mediums are done with a session, they can send the spirit back to the other world themselves, right? Sure, unless they're still in training. Amateurs can get possessed by spirits sometimes, but full-fledged mediums can stay in total control of a session. And they can send the deceased spirits away anytime they want. So I take it you can do that too, Miss Faye? Of course! Back to the office tomorrow? Me too! Today was my last day not in office. It's a travel rest day. It's a cinch for the new and improved Mystic Maya Faye, a spirit medium. Strange, you seem like the same old childish Maya to me. I'll show you, childish Nick. Yeah, she'll go get arrested for something she didn't do again. Never go along quietly with
Hold
it! So you wouldn't channel spirits for unseemly purposes? Of course not. Spirit channeling is my bread and butter. I take a lot of pride in my work. It's like, would you use your legal skills to commit a crime, Apollo? Well, until finger pointing and objecting become deadly, I don't see how they can be used. Wow, you're a regular Miss Smarty Pants, just like Nick. Always at the ready with some sarcastic comeback. That's right. That's right. I think I'll save my many objections for after the trial. Yes, please. Anyway, I never go along with something like murder. Though, I guess there are some things I go quietly along with.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're trying to hide something, Miss Faye. Didn't anyone teach you about respecting boundaries, Apollo? It's really rude to pry into a person's private affairs. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Wait, we're in a court of law. Yeah, I know. Then what was all that about me being rude? I'm just doing my job. So please, just tell me, what exactly are you hiding? Sorry, but I promised Durke I wouldn't say. You made a promise to Durke? Mm-hmm. A pretty big one. I think this is about all you're gonna get out of her. Yeah. Enough. The witness is denying that she channeled any spirits. Further questioning is pointless. It appears your little fiction has been soundly exposed for what it is. You should listen to her, Apollo. I don't even know why you suspected me in the first place. I mean, you don't have any evidence of me channeling Minister Inga, do you? Evidence, huh? There's no point in even thinking about it, really. It bothers me that we, are still missing the, whatchamacallit? The penalty. Okay, so I suppose she's making the channeling mudra, is what she's up to in there. I don't use anything special to channel spirits, so there wouldn't be anything left behind. That's true. Just like when she channeled the high priest. All Maya needs is her own body. If the defense has no evidence to offer, I'll have to end this cross-examination. Even if she doesn't use any special items to do channeling itself, you'd think there'd be something to complete the deception. Is there any proof that Justice Minister Inga was channeled? Good question. Is there? Blood loss on the back. Stabbed and phone and gun. Inga's button discovered in the ash of the tomb and sun's caked in soot. Fingerprint on the lid stained with the victim's blood. Oh, but this is Durke's blood. Okay. Back pain. None of this. There's this picture around 2 p.m. Stew surprised by firecracker. Lighter with thing. Not really, right? Only the queen knows the founder's own. There really isn't any evidence, right? But I mean, there must be something. I don't see how there could be, Your Majesty. Yes, you've got a long way to go, Apollo. Excuse me? If it were Nick, he would have tried to bluff his way through that one. But I'm not Mr. Right. I'd like to retract my previous statement. As to whether there is any proof that Mr. Inga was channeled, you bet there is! Okay, so apparently there is, and I'm just dumb. Which, to be fair, new year, new brain. Really? Well, no. You're bluffing, I take it. Yeah, I'll be fine. If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. I'm gonna do some serious thinking, Apollo Justice. Okay. We know that when Rafa saw her father, he wasn't dressed like Miss Faye, right? Right, because if he was, Rafa would have immediately known he was being channeled. So that means he was dressed in his usual suit when Rafa saw him. Uh-huh. Good thinking, Apollo. That'd be a perfect angle to attack from. All right, let's have an answer from the defense. Is there a leftover suit somewhere? What proof do you have that Miss Maya Faye channeled Justice Minister Inga? Stab in the back. Inga's button discarded in the ashes of the tomb. Kicked in soot. Oh. Did they hide an extra suit in the ashes? It's the only thing that comes to mind. That's the only thing I can think of.
Take that!
Is that a gemstone? Oh, I'm right. We found this among the ashes of one of the tomb's incense burners. Does this gemstone ring any bells, Your Eminence? What was that doing in the tomb? Ah, so you do recognize it. But then, as his wife, how could you not recognize this gemstone button from your husband's jacket? I don't get where you're going with this. Channeling Minister Inga alone wouldn't be enough to fool someone like Princess Rafa, especially if you were wearing your clothes. So you would have had to change into the minister's clothes before channeling him. Miss Faye, you used the minister's clothes as cover while going from his room to the tomb, where you burned them when you no longer needed them. What? You seem genuinely surprised by that, Apollo.
Objection!
Miss Faye? Yes? Do you know my husband's name? It was, Inga Karkul Karain, right? That is correct, in part, but there's more. Much more. Inga Karkul Hako Disname Binami Laga. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm sorry, what is his joke name? Inga Karkul Hakon Disname Biami Logon. Be on me Laga or more. Could it be longest or more pompous than it already is? Inga Karkul, how could this name be any longer or more pompous than it already is, Karain III? What a fucking name. Holy shit. True name. Could it be any longer? Due to its length, only a portion of it was ever made public. So, Miss Fay, did you know his true name? No. I mean, how could I? Oh, so that means Garan channeled him. Precisely. Yet a medium must know both the face and true name of the one she seeks to channel. So then, Miss Fay couldn't have channeled Mr. Inga? That's what I've been saying this whole time. Why do I want to randomly channel some old guy I didn't know? I didn't like, thanks to that last trial. I can't believe this. Apollo, I really don't think Maya's lying. However, your line of reasoning still seems credible to me. I agree, but there's something tripping us up in the details. Maybe we're working off some wrong assumption again. Apollo? I was thinking. Yes? Since I didn't channel Minister Inga, if you rub your two peanut-sized brain cells together, you might realize, is it possible that someone else did? Someone else. But who else could it have been? I haven't thought that far yet. Such chatter is without merit. Let's just move on, shall we? I don't care what Garan says. I'm gonna figure this out. It wasn't Miss Fay, and the Queen has an alibi. Then... Apollo, forget about who's capable of channeling spirits for a second. Consider the circumstances around the channeling, right? Right. We know Rafa saw her father come running out of his private quarters. If he was being channeled at the time, who could it have been? Was it Amara? Because she was the former queen, right? Therefore, she could be the one who channeled. So is it Nena, who's actually Amara, who channeled her? Could have been someone who's in Inga's private quarters. Well, I'm waiting, Defense, and you know how much I despise waiting. Yes, but there's someone else besides Miss Fay who could have channeled Mr. Inga. There's just one more person, and they were in Inga's private quarters. Person's our only hope now. So the defense believes there was another. Let's have your very serious answer then. With pleasure. Ooh, it's a 3 penalty. Horn devil. Who could have challenged Mr. Inga? Do we have a separate entry for Amara? We don't. So it's Nena.
Take that!
Nena? Your Eminence said it yourself. That's right. Nena never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? Quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nena. And then there's her benevolence's statement. She said that Nena disappeared right after she entered Mr. Inga's private quarters. The room from which Mr. Inga himself came running out not long afterwards. You're not seriously suggesting. It's the only thing that makes sense. Nena channeled Minister Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one has seen her since. And why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside his residence. No way! That's gotta be it. Nena must have somehow channeled the minister. All the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't claim Nena isn't connected to this case somehow. In light of this, the defense calls Nena to the stand. Oh, well, Your Eminence. Very well then. Let us call Nena to testify. Yes, now we can finally crack this case wide open. Let's adjourn while the witness is summoned. There's no need. Nena is in the waiting lobby. What? Nena's here. Thought she'd gone missing. It seems she was feeling unwell. and simply wished to rest undisturbed. With her consent, for Rafa brought her along here today. Time off without Rafa's knowledge or consent. I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than just the Paula. Hi, Nina.
Miss Nana, do you understand why you've been summoned here today?
Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that this man here suspects I have committed a crime. So this is Nina. Quite the hairdo. Though I will say, I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. That is. Man, she, how did that all fit under there? This horn-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal. Nincompoop? Isn't that Rafa's favorite insult? Yes, Nana rubbed off on her. Well, all the time they spent together. You there, young hornhead. Yes? You're accusing me of slaying Minister Inga and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded. Thanks. Let's take the compliment, Justice.
Now then, will the witness please proceed with her testimony? The court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Mr. Inga in his private quarters.
No spirit medium, Sonny. That's funny. Was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Karain. After Queen Amar's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garan is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it had to be that young lass Maya Fey. And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nana could channel spirits is the most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasoning has led us to this end. That Nana channeled Inga's spirit.
All right, the defense may now question the witness.
Alright, let's save. Weren't you like gallivanting across the lawn yesterday?
Hold it!
Albie's dog stole your hat when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest? I'd been feeling unwell all day. I pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy. That dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition. Well, I sympathize with you, Nana. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Rafa. She was very worried about you, Nina. How very kind of her benevolence. But she need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I. Except to Rafa, Nana's not just a mere servant. You can think of me a commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister. What hogwash. Dot on her forehead. We don't have this stuff that talks about like how those things get decided, right?
Hold it!
Let's keep pressing. We'll figure it out. Here you are the head servant, isn't that right? Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits? Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure. I think not. That goes against the very underpinnings of the Kingdom of Karain. To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training. Most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It's not simply some hobby one can take up with a matter of knitting or gardening. So commoners can never become a medium, no matter how hard they tried. That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young hornhead. Apparently not to him. He was born and raised here.
Hold it!
Okay, then. What if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nina? Like a distant relative, or something. I'm from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. Never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry. Although, if spirit channeling is a secret art passed on from mother to daughter, then even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. Is as the Bob once says. It also must be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the Kingdom of Karain and your country's Karain village. Why aren't things falling into place like I expected?
I would ask the witness to continue her testimony.
After Queen Amara's passing, Sam and his Queen Garan's spirit being left. Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right? Yes. Oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. Maybe Nana's Amara's mother. But she fell in love with a man of dubious origins and was murdered in a terrible blaze. Fate can be so cruel. Except she's actually still alive. Poor Nana's yet another follow-on when they praying over an empty sarcophagus. The queen has been locked away from existence in this world erased. But the fact that she's still alive shackles Nahuta to Garon's will. Nahuta, and the only reason you're still standing there by that woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right? We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony. If you believe him to be the culprit, would have to be that young lass Maya Fey. Or Amara. Miss Fey was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him. Bah, I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. Were you not just insisting that it was Maya Fey who would channel Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune. No, I'm just quick with my feet when new information presents itself. Also quick to force my biggest smile when times like this demand it. Good that you're following my advice, Bob. But try not to look so forced while you do, would you? Nana is right about one thing, though. Only those of the royal bloodline can be spirit mediums Karain. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still. I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots. Once I point one very big thing out. Oh, are we going for it? I think we're going for it. Alright. So we'll be on that one then. Alright, I want to try presenting the picture. Yeah, so she's, you know.
Objection!
Okay. So I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction. Since I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case.
Well, the defense is going to follow up on his loud objection with a sound explanation.
Oh, I'm sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nana's testimony.
Go on.
She's asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium, because in Karain, Only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits.
I fail to see the problem in that statement, Defense.
Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nina stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive, at the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nina channeling Inga. After all, just after she entered his private quarters, Inga came running out screaming despite having been killed at 2 p.m. That would mean that Nina channeled Inga, even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you gonna propose what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garan is the only remaining spirit medium in Karain. Horned devil, you mustn't! Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence?
Will the defense please explain who is shown in the photograph?
The person in the photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Karain. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive.
What? But that's nonsense.
Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it could have only been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination.
While I personally find it hard to believe, we'll allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense.
Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet, according to Durke, she's actually being held captive somewhere. But the real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us. Here, in this very courtroom today.
But Sato!
Satorai mao mandomo samashi de tashi nuke taregase o soroka!
Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The Red Pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is the cunning lawyerly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there's no need to fear his fortune.
Objection!
And that's where you're wrong, prosecutor. Because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguising herself as Nina.
Take that!
But that's...
This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga, someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance, the medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person, and you get a spirit medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nina. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara, and the killer we've been looking for all along.
What?
Objection!
Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, you in the depths of hell. Why such frightening allegations?
Indeed, absolutely ludicrous to boot. Known as Queen Amara yet lives. Is Ashley Miss Nana here? You've truly gone off the deep end.
You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence? If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit. Right here, right now. Isn't that correct? I can deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nana, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago.
Pulkunka. Pulkunka.
Finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. I don't know if we do, though. Nana? No. Amara Sigatar Karain. Somehow Garan did it. I don't know how yet. Drop the act and tell us what really happened. Oh, dearie me. I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead. Fancy.
Whoa.
I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It's been far too long since I last greeted you good people of Crane. It is I, Amara Sigatar Crane, your former queen.
Queen Amara.
Whoa! Keep that native. I thought Garan's makeup was extreme.
Can it really be true? You're alive and well.
It is true. I feel as I've been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress. Amara, I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. Hope you can forgive me. It is quite alright, Garan. I am safe now. For Durke, that blackguard who threatened my life will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer.
Queen Amara. What is so mean? You were not killed in that fire 23 years ago.
I barely escaped that blaze of my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my younger sister, Brown.
But the building of that great tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why did you do such a thing?
Ran, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. It was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? It's not that way. Even Durke thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. We were even guess she was living as a servant, right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead. You should consider yourself lucky if that's all this ends with. If there is something you wish to say, then say it. It doesn't matter who you are. You want to skip the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer.
What's this? You'd accuse Queen Hamara of homicide. A grand priestess of Koreanism. You can't do that. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of our people.
If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god.
I've never met such an egalitarian person.
Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nana, you have learned about Minister Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Durke's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right? A curious character. You would label me a murderer. Me, the one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself. You may be a grand figure in Koreanism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me. It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer to sully my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The Lord knows not what he speaks.
Fear not, good majesty, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess, on this stand I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence.
Your compassion overflow with your mercifulness.
Oh, young man. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw. Huh? There's a flaw. Nahuta? Yes, your mercifulness. Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Durke Sadmati, Maya Fey, and the victim, Minister Inga. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. Well, it appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not? Do not keep the defense waiting, Nahuta. Explain how wrong he truly is. Yes, your mercifulness. Her benevolence, Princess Rafa, saw Minister Inga enter the tomb around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claimed the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Oh yeah. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived, Princess Rafa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense? No. No, she wasn't. But she could have hidden. She knew that it was empty. Now, do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in flood. Gah. Well, that was entertaining, Prosecutor Samati. Assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over? Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. Jeez. What a charming lady she is. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready? Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more.
Oh, why, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, your mercifulness, your testimony, if you please.
lawyer's theory is absurd. Is it, though? Is it? Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I'd stopped channeling. My husband Durke is the killer, but he has fled from the sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Durke Samadhi for his crimes.
Oh, such marvelous testimony. Truly a treasure, your mercifulness.
This too is but by the grace of her holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well.
Oh, my. The Holy Mother, you say?
Yes. Surely her holiness has guided me to this witness stand. What? And to the purity of truth. What is this Disney bullshit?
How magnificent! Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on earth. Praise be for Queen Amara.
Yeah. Where do those animals even come from? I'm with you there.
The defense may question the witness. Remember, she is a grand priestess, so disrespect will not be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony.
Fuck you. I will do my job next. I like that the animals have stuck around. So wait, if I like press on one of these things, do they get mad?
Hold it!
My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous. And high-handed, if I may say so. Mahut was right to call you preacher-minded. Surely even the monkeys in Mont Pony's holy waterfalls can devise a better theory. Surely you can steal better insults than Mahut's best. Now then, to all you gathered in this sacred hall, need I remind you? Not anywhere near the tomb following the
Hold it!
Well, maybe. You were hiding inside the sarcophagus. Thank you, Apollo. After all, it does technically belong to you. Bet you'd have no trouble opening it. If I had been in there, I could not be here today. For the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. Never been able to leave. Guess not. If I might ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so... There's despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within. Could discover the final hope. My continued corporality. You completely lost me. In other words, it's empty. But no one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse. Now, will you dispense with your theory? Is it's empty as my sarcophagus? Okay. But she was missing for quite some time, though.
Hold it!
I'll admit you weren't in the tomb after the murder. Very good. But that very truth refutes your theory. Even if I had channeled Minister Inga. In the tomb. The moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene. Precisely. As you said, your self-defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. How do we know that he's not alive in this picture? That it's not Amara channeling him? And like being in control or something maybe? And the only living souls in the tomb of that time were Durke Samadhi and Maya Fey. Be it in this life or the next. There's no escaping such simple truths. Is this really Amara? Because, like... I mean, we have the picture of her and her daughter in the book. And didn't Durke say that he, like, escaped with her once?
Hold it!
So why is she so hell-bent on getting rid of her? There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today. A reason? Perhaps. Perhaps what? Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life.
Watch this.
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, Your Mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued all those years ago. It was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me. My duty as a wife to her husband. To bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage. Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me. That's why I listened to Durke. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. Leaves me to admit it. But my husband truly did try to murder me.
That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless.
Do you understand now, lawyer? This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer. Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to... Maybe. Maybe what? Your Majesty, I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Are you saying she channeled like a dead security guard or something?
Very well, defense. Do explain.
I believe it was accomplished through a method only she's capable of. By using this special method, it would be possible for her to literally disappear.
Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb?
She clung to the ceiling like Spider-Man. All she had to do was channel someone. Then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else.
Why? I believe that actually makes sense.
What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara? You believe that I, a Grand Priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder? What the?
Mercy, your mercifulness. How dare you spew such vile blasphemy, defense? Retract your last statement or face immediate execution.
No, good Majesty. It is quite all right. Cranianism also teaches that we must respond at all times with a reasoned principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation. You have something to counter with? Indeed. Now are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. Did you channel the Holy Mother? From the orb? And that was Minister Inga. The only others there right after his murder were Durke and Miss Faye. Had I channeled Inga as you allege, well, the outcome would have been quite odd, to say the least. For there, besides the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. And if I had been in the tomb, there was no other channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling. That's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we haven't identified yet. How absurd. If you channeled someone other than Minister Inga, You could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. Another victim? Queen Amara. Please add your last statement to your testimony. Could explain everything. Wasn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb? And yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out? Mr. Inga was the sole victim. Is Durke dead? Is that why Durke disappeared but Nina appeared? That can't be it, right? But it would explain what he was saying before. Stain of the victim's blood. Fingerprint on the lid.
Objection!
Is it really this? Can't believe I'm presenting this. Proves there was another victim. The only ones there at the scene of the crime were... Can't be.
The defense care to share something with us.
Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you? Whatever are you talking about? If you won't tell this court, then I will.
Oh, don't keep us waiting.
This case includes a second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But the second victim followed. Queen Amara, after you channeled Mr. Inga and moved to the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered. Putrid pepper. Of all the half-witted buffoonery to come crumbling from your lips. But suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim? Oh, man. There's no way this can be true. But... can't stop now. This is the truth. It's the only way forward to solving this case. The other victim, who Queen Amara channeled, was Durke's. Holy fuck.
Listen, son. Even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. There's no escaping death now that has its sights on me.
Durke knew everything, but he couldn't bring himself to tell me. I have one more big secret.
Afraid I can't tell you what it is. Be betraying a certain someone if I did.
That all makes sense now. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
What? You can't. That's not possible. The defendant, Durke Sadmahi, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity.
Gunka!
Apollo, what are you... Realize what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice. I don't know when or why Durke was murdered, but the facts and evidence speak for themselves. This is where they led me. Let's see. After Inga's murder, Durke and Maya were the only ones in the tomb. But if one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara, but it can't be, can it? Durke's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? Oh, his body's in the sarcophagus. The only logical explanation is Durke had also been murdered.
Objection!
That's enough. Your explanation cannot be the truth. And you will not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion. Nahuta, I wish it weren't true. I wish with all my heart that I'm wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it. Durke's killer must have hidden his body. It would be somewhere nobody would ever look. There's only one such place. You truly have proof. The fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb.
Go check the tomb. But why?
Because I believe Durke's killer hid his body.
Take that!
You would suggest Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb that no one would dare to look, was a killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body, well, that's a horse of a different color. Which means
I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence, being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may now open it.
if we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Skye is still there at the tomb. Let us contact her at once and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter.
Now then, Detective Skye, your report, if you please.
I'll start with my findings. Please let me be wrong about this. I just want things to be as they were. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appears to be several days old. A body? Detective Skye. Tell me it wasn't Durke. My whole theory was completely off base. I have a photo of the body, and I have positively identified it. As Durke Sudmani. And there's the other half of the butterfly. And this one's pink because it's Amara's, while his is blue. Durke!
No!
Darth Vader style. That's really sad for Apollo. Also, what a good twist, too, though. Why? Why did this have to happen? Damn it, Durke. Answer me. Have Maya channel them. How can this be? The traitorous snake. The very head of the insurgency. Murdered. Oh, what a joyous day. Those fools shouting for change and revolution will finally return to whatever rocks they crawled out from under. She's completely heartless. That was an impressive amount of heartlessness. A pokunka amount of heartlessness, perhaps. What was I even fighting for? Apollo. What am I supposed to do now? Yeah, I suppose we have to prove Durke innocent and stuff, right? I mean, if he's dead, he couldn't have come ministering ago, right? Son. A lawyer should never look the way you do right now. A dragon never yields. Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey to the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get the truth. But Durke, what if the truth is that you're... Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. You believed in me that much, Durke? Can we get his divination seance? Durke. I think I finally understand. Can't yield, not now, not ever. Not after Durke believed in me, despite knowing what was about to happen. Besides, Durke left me with two things I gotta do. You alright, Apollo? Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine now. Apollo? Detective Sky? Yes? How sure are you that the body's been there for a few days? I'm positive. No autopsy's been performed yet, but I say it's been at least 3 days. Fortunately, the low temperature inside the sarcophagus kept it from decaying. Oh, and the chest area bore 3 gunshot wounds from a small caliber weapon. I believe they're the cause of death. Okay. Shot 3 times in the chest. Yeah, at least 3 days, huh? That means Durke was already dead by the time he came to visit me back in the States. Oh. I was wondering about that. When they showed the flashback to the water scene, I was like, was he alive at that point? Then who was channeling him? I think it would have to be someone who could get into and stay in the U.S. without arousing suspicion. It also had a solid cover story, so they wouldn't be seen as missing. Dude, this is who was channeling Durke when I saw him in the States. Was this the secret? I mean, she disappeared after mentioning his death, which means it wasn't her. Not Garan. Is this the secret Maya was talking about? Maya? Oh, I see. She'd being held hostage at the time, so it seemed only natural that she wasn't around. Right. And do you remember what she said earlier? Please just tell me, what exactly are you hiding? Sorry, but I promised Durke I wouldn't say. You made a promise to Durke? Mm-hmm. Pretty big one. Durke didn't want his own death to be known. The other members of the Defiant Dragons would lose all hope if they found out. Now it's snuff out the flames of revolution for good. Miss Faye, Durke told you to keep quiet about this, didn't he? Yeah, I guess it's no use hiding it. Yes, I promised not to tell. Durke made me promise before he died. So I was right then. Apollo, there's something I need to tell you. It's about, you know, Durke's final moments. I'm listening, Miss Faye. What happened in his final moments? It was soon after I was kidnapped. Durke paid me a visit in that tomb where I was being held captive. I'd say it was a few days before Minister Inga's murder.
Hey, young lady. Time to get you up and out of here.
Oh. That revolutionary guy.
I'm here to rescue you.
You are? Why?
I figured things were a little too quiet with that stamp-sucking scumbag. So I started digging around. And I found out you'd been abducted.
But why would a rebel help me?
Let's go before it's too late. It already is for you, pal.
Long time no see, you rebel blowhard.
Inga, I know you're up to something, and I'm gonna find out what.
Damn. Just no conversation, no monologuing, just shot him. Gotta give Inga credit.
That's got us smart. Got a real thorn in my side, see? Time for you to be pushing up daisies.
Durke?
Did you really think a pea shooter like that could kill a dragon? What the?
Okay, that's when he shot and missed and hit the statue.
What are you? Some kind of freak? Enough's of this.
Durke was shot several times, but he barely even flinched. He sacrificed himself for me. These ropes. I gotta help you.
Relax. Gonna be okay. Sorry things turned out this way. But it doesn't look like I have much longer.
No, don't say that.
You're a spirit medium, aren't you? When I'm gone, I want you to channel my spirit.
Stop it. Don't give up like that.
If you do, untying a rope like that will be child's play.
No. He's hanging there. You can still make it.
Promise me. Promise me one thing, young lady. It's about my son.
Durke. I was talking about you, Apollo. He said he wanted to see you one last time. So he asked me to return to the U.S. and channel his spirit. He really said that? Mm-hmm. He also said he'd been meaning to visit you for years, but kept putting it off. And this was his last chance.
You just show up here without warning after all this time? What gives? I came all this way to see you, son. Rejoice.
Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Durke. You really did come to the U.S. because you wanted to see me. I guess this means it was Inga that hid Dark's body in the sarcophagus after Maya left the tomb. Apollo, you can't stop now. Dirk would want you to keep pressing on. I know, Miss Faye. Wait, but this makes the phone conversation not make any sense, right? Because how could Inga be like, hey, we've kidnapped Maya, if not for that? Although I guess like Dirk would know that he's being channeled by Maya. But then he could have just told Phoenix to not give a shit about it. So some of this doesn't quite add up before. Maybe it does, but it's not adding up to me right now, at least. I know, Miss Faye. Won't disappoint him.
Defense, if you are ready to proceed, but first have you answer this. Do you believe the accused's death will impact what we know about this case?
Yes, and I believe I can explain everything now.
Very well. Your explanation, please.
Dirk entered the tomb at 3 p.m., the time the hostage exchange was to take place. Or rather, Dirk, as channeled by Miss Faye, did. Now, by the time he entered the tomb at 3 p.m., Minister Inga was already dead. I say that because we know the minister was murdered at 2 p.m. But there was someone else in there. This person was already hiding in the tomb. We need to channel Dirk in place of Miss Faye. I mean, do you want me to say Nana or Amara?
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it? The fact of the matter is, Queen Amara killed Minister Inga at 2 p.m. She then went to his private quarters and channeled his spirit. The minister, thinking he was going to be late, hurried to the tomb for the hostage exchange. But once in the tomb, Queen Amara stopped channeling Mr. Inga and hid herself. Then, when Durke entered at 3 p.m., she snuck up from behind and forcefully drove Durke's spirit out of Miss Faye's body. Drove his spirit out of her body.
Objection!
Actually, there is a way to do that. With a Magatama of parting, that is. Using one, anyone could drive a spirit out of a person's body, even if it refused to leave. Are you telling me that the extra pale brown Magatama in the tomb was... That it was. That's right, Prosecutor Samadhi. And you've seen one in action before. You saw how the glowing red Magatama sent the High Priest back to the Twilight Realm. And how it turned a spent pale brown afterwards. In other words, the brown Magatama found at the tomb looks that way, because its power had been used up in pushing Durke's spirit out of Miss Faye's body, right? Probably passed out as soon as Durke's spirit left my body. Exhausted after channeling him for so long, after all. And after that, Queen Amara must have dressed Miss Faye in her usual outfit and tied her up. I'm not sure where she got the outfit, but we can assume she had it all planned out. Then, Queen Amara must have changed into Durke's clothes, smeared blood onto them, picked up the knife, and channeled Durke's spirit. That's how she made it look like Durke had committed the crime. And that's how she escaped, right under our noses. I don't know, Apollo. The whole thing still seems a bit far-fetched. Durke, what was going through your mind while all this was unfolding? So, ultimately, it was all for naught. Nahuta? Those dreams of revolution Durke was always spouting. They placed nothing but false hope in the minds of the people. And in the end, they were simply fantasies. Yuta, how can you... Karma has spoken. The dream of revolution has withered on the vine. Its fate sealed. The other insurgents will soon wake from their shattered dreams. Durke's dream can't die like this. I'm not gonna sit back and let that happen. I can't. I won't. Don't forget that Durke's been proven innocent. His name is no longer tainted by the charge of murder. Now the rebels and their sympathizers have been calling for his release. He can't be charged with abetting the accused. So the revolution is far from over. It's only just begun. No, Durke has not yet been proven innocent. You have merely indicated the possibility of his innocence. What do you mean? Durke is indeed dead. However, what if it was Durke who killed Minister Inga while being channeled by Miss Faye? And while the crime could have occurred at 2 p.m., you've yet to substantially prove it. Or do you have conclusive proof that the time of Mr. Inga's death was at 2 p.m.? Oh, no, I don't, but... It seems further testimony will be required of me. As it would appear that I have fallen under suspicion, I would like to state my case. Prosecutor Sadmadhi, the rebellion must be snuffed out once and for all. You must prove Durke Sadmadhi to be the foul murderer that he was. And every last insurgent and their sympathizers must be found guilty under the defense culpability. As you wish, Your Eminence. Why isn't Yuta doing this? Garan shouldn't have him under her thumb anymore. Mara's not a hostage. What gives? Yuta, what's left to chain you to her like this? I don't know, he's got mommy issues. Alright, on to the testimony then. You have no proof. Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. You have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Durke could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Faye. Let us end this charade. For the eternal glory of Korean and its people. Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There's no point in defending Durke any longer. It's all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theory is about a pillar of salt that crumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. Okay. No proof, huh? Well done, lawyer. Painting me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. There's a bit of evidence in there, too, just saying. Convincing others is all part of a lawyer's trade, so I'll take that as a compliment. You would, wouldn't you? Suppose you have deceived countless souls of your lives. But I should not be surprised, considering you learned from him. Him? You mean Durke, right? Yes, the man who deceived and seduced me. A grand priestess with a silver tongue. We are still talking about the case, right? Surely you have heard of a lady falling for the wrong man before. That I, of all people, would fall under that devil's spell. How'd they ever get together in the first place? Let alone procreate. I would advise all here today to beware this little silver tongue, lest you too be unjustly painted as a criminal as I have been. Belongs to Durke, stained with Inga's blood. That's the thing. I admit I don't have any solid evidence yet, but you're the only one who could have committed the crime. What on earth do you mean? Including Miss Faye, there are only 3 spirit mediums in Karain. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Queen Garan was with me and Mr. Wright, while Miss Fay was tied up in the tomb. That means that the Durke we saw after the minister's murder could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara. Excellent lawyer. Forgive us your mercifulness. Really, you mean?
Objection!
But have you considered the following defense? What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium?
Objection!
Oh, come on. What are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer, which is why you've had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. If therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all the other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't. Can you provide one, asshole? Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are two ways to establish Mara's guilt. Either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. Which one can I actually prove? I think we can prove... So again, I'm looking at this. It belongs to her, and it's stained with the victim's blood. Does this prove that she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb? I think it proves Inga. Queen Amara killed Minister Inga, and I can prove it. Oh, now you seem quite confident. How very intriguing, though I must say, there's nothing that proves it was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Whoa, whoa, shit. I'm just gonna go for it.
Objection!
It's not it. Fuck. No point in wasting time on it. Yeah. Maybe at the press and then present.
Hold it!
Okay, let's press. Maybe they'll give us the option. So you didn't leave any evidence behind? Is that what you're saying? Did you truly believe me? Believe you could trick me with such an ambiguously phrased question? Were I to answer an affirmative, you would twist my words into administrative guilt. Worth a shot. You should know that you cannot prove anything through the deceit of others. If there is something worthwhile to say, then let the evidence speak for itself. Now, do you see? All is idle speculation in the absence of evidence.
Hold it!
You're saying the Durke who entered the tomb was the one who killed Minister Inga? I am. I stand firm with the prosecution's original charge against the accused. The only issue is whether the Durke was alive or dead. That's a pretty major issue. I beg to differ. For here in Karain, death is not the end. Only a change in one's address. For the Twilight Realm is only the next door over. Is it really? It is. Those who have only recently passed away may call upon you in the night. Such occurrences are quite common in our country. Just kidding. All the times I've spent here, I'm happy to say that's never happened to me. Me neither. You do not fear death. Embrace it, along with your guilt. Then may you begin your journey to the Twilight Realm.
Hold it!
Eternal glory. Once the king of traitors has been judged, and the rebellion called for good, peace and prosperity shall return to our fair kingdom. then shall the blessings of the Holy Mother usher in an age of eternal glory.
Queen Amara is the Grand Priestess of Karain once more. You will be freed from subversion elements. Faith would blossom anew.
You are too kind, but I have no intention of resuming my position as Grand Priestess.
What?
I relinquished my position as Queen and Grand Priestess to my sister Garan. And now that my would-be assassin is gone, I am truly free at last. Perhaps I should take a trip, or expand my horizons with new training.
Queen Amara.
Looks like she's totally over being Grand Priestess and Queen.
In that case, I shall introduce you to some wonderful classes that I'm taking.
Proof that Amara killed Inga. Do we really have anything? If nothing comes to mind, Apollo, you might need to get some different testimony out of her. Okay.
Hold it!
Hold on, let's get the other thing, please. Okay, so we're not saying we can prove that she killed him, but that we can prove that she was there. I guess the blood on her pendant proves she was in the tomb. I can prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred. Well, the shoe fits. Very well, let us see some evidence that proves I was at the scene of the crime. You do have some, do you not? Try this again.
Objection!
Okay, it was that one. All right. I knew it had to be the pendant. Queen Amara, does this pendant look familiar to you? Why, that is... We found it in the tomb. It has the minister's blood on it. Which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection!
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. They not belong to the accused. That's what I thought too. After all, Durke said it himself. Said he did it himself. He said that. Yes, but it was a lie. Because I believe he was covering for someone. Covering? How? For who? There's a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Durke's.
Take that!
That's a photo of the accused body, is it not?
Yes, it is. I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot in it. This, right here, proves that the pendant that was found in the tomb wasn't Durke's.
Take that!
I noticed an object near Durke's left arm. It's an identical pendant, except it's blue.
Oh, now that you mention it.
Don't you find that a little strange? Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair. A pair? If the blue pendant was Durke's, then what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to?
Objection!
Sorry to disappoint, but no fingerprints were found on the pink pendant. Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs.
Objection!
But that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Samadi. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket. Come again. Now this is where it gets interesting. When we opened this locket up, we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid to be exact. What? No. So now the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong? Queen Amara. Belongs to you, doesn't it? Oh. Seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around. Hell yeah, good job, Apollo. This can't be. Mother, tell me it does not belong to you. Nahuta, I... Think about it, Queen Amara. Durke must have realized that you were channeling his spirit. He had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him. But why would he do such a thing? You really don't know? He is protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath and beyond. I have one more big secret, and I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. Durke knew everything, even that it was being used, but he kept quiet all for your sake. Durke, why do you always... Well, Queen Amara, Durke, the one whose love for you never wavered all these years. You gonna betray him now? Durke, I... Beautiful. Finally opened her eyes. This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess to your crime? I can deny it no longer. The truth is, it was I, Amara Sigatar Crane, who slew Minister Inga. That's preposterous! Why?
This is beyond belief.
Mother, why would you... Forgive me, Nahuta. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was the only way. The only way?
So, in the end, Queen Amara and Durke Sadmati, suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive.
I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that. They are prisoners of their shared history, so to speak. Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime. So why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? Should have known it could come back to haunt you. I do not really understand it myself. I've nearly been assassinated by my own husband. I could not bear any hatred towards him. I was unable to discard this, or part with it for even a short time. As with Durke, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years. Mother, let it go and move on. So she really believes it, that Durke tried to assassinate her? Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Durke innocent. I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm.
Very well then, Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sadmati, you have no further objections.
This cannot be. My mother... I have no objections. Durke, I did it. I finally did it. Proved your innocence. But...
Very well then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, no longer charge the accused with an assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Durke Sadmati.
Apollo's going to object because we're going to try to prove that Durke was innocent of the assassination attempt as well. That's my bet. Sleeping pill. But didn't perish. Planted evidence of the lighter. . Victim's passport and pictures were burned up in the fire. And no one knows his real name. Hold it! That was Rafa. Your benevolence? I cannot accept this.
Something the matter, your benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. Yeah? It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. What's with her all of a sudden? Some sort of lingering affection towards Nina? Rafa. Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father? Yes. There's no mistake.
She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicions. Such I see no need to continue these proceedings.
Channel her. Rafa, channel Durke's last moments. Bobhead, Hornhead, are you going to let this stand? Durke's been proven innocent, about to be declared not guilty. Even so, something doesn't feel right. Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is a place for finding the whole truth. It's all up to you. Definitely things don't quite add up. Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought to light yet? Should I push the continuous trial? Yeah. Let's do it. Do a seance, Rafa. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth. And the only way over to find it is to continue this trial. Hornhead.
Very well then. Will the defense please tell us this? What important fact of this case is yet to come to life?
The murder method, the motive, Mara's married life. Is it the motive? The married life. I mean, I'm assuming that Rafa is actually Amara and Inga's kid. The motive, murder method, is it really Amara's married life? We still don't have a clear picture of your married life with Durke, Queen Amara. Let me speak with such matters here, in front of all these people. Yes, please. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh God, this is the wrong thing. But it's so embarrassing.
Defense will take full responsibility for my second-hand embarrassment.
Okay, fine. Definitely feeling the hot burn of the shame right now. Okay, to try again. Man, you'd think that one would give you an achievement or something. Also, I really wish that we hadn't lost 40 minutes to tech issues. We still don't know how Minister Inga was killed.
But we established that at the very beginning.
Indeed. Did I not stab him from behind? Would you claim there to be another possibility? No, that sounds about right.
Feels about right, too.
Is it really motive then? See, I was dismissing the motive thing because it's like, oh, well, like, Amara killed Inga. I guess we haven't really talked about the assassination plans yet. Or the coup thing. Queen Amara, there's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga? That is a fair question. One that I shall now answer. For the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Kakul Karain. To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. Further tragedy? Over the past several years, Minister Inga has been rapidly expanding his power. established the secret police, was relentless in his pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but still he was not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat. You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya's Faye's abduction? Yes, Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power, after which he would assassinate Garan and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago. As one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling. Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage, away from prying eyes. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so... At 2 p.m., during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. My bracelet. Apollo? I suppose it wouldn't be the last case of an Apollo Justice thing if you didn't use his ability. Right? Seems this trial is far from over. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, let's start with that last statement you made. If I must. Alright. I don't know. Let's look at her face first. It's probably going to be her hands, maybe, but... She's blinking. Okay, so none of that changes up by her face. So, are her hands gonna mess around? Ooh. Okay, her fingers twitching during this part. During the rite of channeling. And then it's the first part of the sentence is where she's... During the rite of channeling.
Gotcha!
Queen Amara, you're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? Is this actually Amara and not Garan? You can't really see it very well. Like, is she covering for her sister or something? You can tell because the finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did. Oh? And that pose you make, is there something about your chest that makes you nervous? Whatever you mean. The murder occurred at 2 p.m. Pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at that time. So then why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the rite? The rite of channeling. Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection!
Such insolence. What a perpetrators. Name it once. Sorry. No can do. See, I just happened to find it on the ground, so... Do you take me for a fool? How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later? Because right now... there's something much more pressing at hand. This photo merits further examination. So there's more to see in it than darkness and more darkness. I would make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help.
Bailiff, summon Detective Sky.
Yeah, you are able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. What is that? A scar, you say?
An injury.
No, wait. I think it's a burn scar. Yeah? Wait a second. Your Eminence, you don't have a burn scar like that on your chest. Yeah, let's look at our tits. They're evidence. Yeah. Sorry, just like the sudden close-up in her boobs was very unexpected. What's going on here? Interesting. So why was she doing that? They can both channel. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to have like the whole situation play out.
Take that!
Queen Amara, the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan. It's you, posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same. You're both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garan. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. Fancy. Eek. I didn't. Okay. Look. More breasts. It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo.
I don't understand.
Knew it. Person in this photo is, yeah, it's Queen Amara.
This is absurd. You're suggesting they switch places?
Amara's confession earlier was also false. Mother, what is the meaning of this? Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place.
Well, I mean, Queen Amara couldn't possibly have committed this crime.
Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi. So Minister Inga's killer could have been Queen Amara. Couldn't have been Queen Amara.
I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. It was not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and the accused to stage the crime.
Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. And Durke could have only been there in the tomb if she were channeling them. Which means... Well, Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime. She didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is someone else.
Tokunka!
Russian is covering for something?
Queen Amara is not the killer. Then who is it?
Isn't it obvious? Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garan wasn't going to perform it? Who was behind the two sisters switching places? For what reason? The answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterate a certain someone else's alibi.
Take that!
My huss. This is some kind of joke.
No, Your Majesty. Could never joke about something so grave. The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garan Sigatar Karain. Amara, didn't your sister Queen Garan ask you to pose as her and perform the rite of channeling? And didn't she also have you drive Durke's spirit from Miss Faye's body, and then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? And at 2 p.m., while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garan, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Durke? Well, Your Mercifulness, it's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now. Mother? Justice Minister Inga's true killer is... Bruh. Really? Really? What? The royal guard just shot the former queen. Who reports? Your Eminence, my life is yours. Isn't he one of Galan's royal guards?
Queen Amara! Bailiff, arrest that guardsman!
Mother. Could she?
Someone call for ambulance, quickly now!
Well, they should have shot her in the head if they didn't want it. Okay. They only shot her in the side, just saying. To be continued. Good lord. Here, I thought we were going to finish this game today, but apparently not. Hold on. I need to know, is there one part or two parts next? We just did Beyond Despair, right? Beyond Despair. Oh, there's 4 parts left. Okay. There's apparently 4 sections left. So yeah, we're gonna stop for tonight, and we will continue this Wednesday, I suppose. Ooh, that was an interesting crack. Again, I wish that we didn't have technical issues today. That would have been very nice if that hadn't happened. I'm glad that we got it all figured out ish. Well, it's not all figured out, but we have the ability to do what we need to. But yeah. So we will continue this on Wednesday. I'll see if I can. I mean, I'm either going to try to figure out how to fix this stupid switch to connect to the Wi-Fi, or figure out a way to set it up so that it doesn't cause me as much trouble with the wires and where they are and everything else. I have an idea for that I might do just to make it easy. But so I'll deal with that, and then on the next day, tomorrow, I did pick up some new games whilst I was away. I picked up the one that I said that I would, which is to say, tomorrow we shall start Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which I'm looking forward to. It has obviously been quite some time since I played a Metroid Prime game, considering the last one came out like 7 or 8 years ago, or more, maybe more actually. But yeah, so it's been quite some time, but I'm looking forward to it. I have an actual physical copy, interestingly enough, so we won't have any problems with Wi-Fi regardless of what I do. And we'll start it tomorrow to get it into the rotation. The other thing is that I also, besides Prime 4, I do have 2 other games that we can potentially queue up for when we complete Ace Attorney. We'll finish this case next time, I'm pretty sure, and then I guess we have a special case to do. But I mean, that'll probably last like a week and a half at most, considering it's a special episode, so they're not terribly long, I assume. So like probably 2 weeks top on that one, and then we will be completely done with the Ace Attorney trilogies. Technically, there's still the investigation games that I don't own, but I would be interested in playing at some point. So might do that at some point, but probably not right away. I'll probably take a break from from Ace Attorney related things for a little bit because I still have Sakuna of Rice and Ruin from last Christmas not unwrapped yet that I want to play. And also, I got Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster as a gift during Christmas. And so I'm leaning towards that one because one, RPGs are fun, and two, RPGs are very different from Metroid Prime as far as things go. So like an action and an RPG on opposite days will probably keep things relatively fresh, I think. So that's the plan. But anyway, I'm going to get going. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And all wireless issues aside, Happy New Year's, everyone. It is now 2026. So let's hope that something good happens this year. And we'll see where we end up. See y'all later. Bye for now.